Hi, I'm Bryan Uhri, online editor for the Dixie Sun. Today we're going to talk about how to change a tire on car, truck, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a really tough thing, especially if you're on like the side of the road, storm coming in. Luckily we've had pretty good weather and we're just outside my home. First thing you're going to want to do is look around your car and find some of the bizarre tools that look like they maybe not belong. You should be able to find something similar to this for using the jack itself, something for unscrewing the bolts on the tires, and then of course your spare tire. So let's see where that's at on this car. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is find out where your spare tire is. Most cars it's going to be inside the trunk, underneath some type of platform. However, in a lot of pickup trucks and SUVs, the tire is actually hidden below the back of the car. You'll know that it's back there because somewhere on the back you'll find a small hole. In this case, it's just below the tailgate, where this pole that we've constructed out of the pieces we found will fit in so that we can lower the tire. That's going to fit in just like this. Might have to give it just a little bit of a wiggle, and then also this tire iron does now fit on this so that we can get a quick and easy turn. If you start to lower this now, you'll see it start to drop down. Bring it down here. What I recommend as well is to check that spare tire about every 3 to 4 months or 3 times a year, just to make sure that it's still inflated and things like that, because it's not much worse to find out your spare is flat. Alright, so underneath now we have the tire, it's been lowered, and you'll see this cable coming down with a small, almost bolt-like contraption on the end. Now that's what's holding the tire against the vehicle while you're driving. So in order to get that out, you're going to need a bit of slack. So we're going to lift up the tire and turn this to its side in order to slide it through the mouth of the tire. Once that's through, the tire's free, and we can pull it out. Now let's put it on. So below the vehicle, you'll notice that there's certain mounts, usually on the frame of the car, that appear more flat than the rest. Those are made specifically so that you can put the jack on them. Make sure you hit those, otherwise you may deform the inside of the vehicle. In this vehicle, it's located just in front of the front tire. So we'll put the jack under there, and once again, this long piece of metal that we've constructed comes in handy. Alright, so you've noticed now we've got it on a firm part of the frame. We want to make sure we've got a nice solid fit. Bring it down just a little bit. And you don't need to jack the car up too high. You just want to make sure that you've got all the weight off of the tire you'll be changing so that the new one will fit on. Now keep in mind too that the radius of the one you'll be putting on is going to be a bit wider because it's not flat. Alright, so now that we've got the car up on the jack and the tire off the ground, we'll need to take the tire off of the vehicle. To do that, we're going to pull off this bolt guard, which you might need to use some tools to do, and then I've already loosened these nuts with the tire jack. To do that, you're just going to connect it to the bolts and twist it to the left. So we'll go ahead and take these off now, and then remove the tire. Alright, so now we've got the bolts and everything off, I'm going to go ahead and lift the tire off of the vehicle, and just kind of roll it over here out of the way. Like I said, yours might be a little more difficult to roll because it'll be flat. And then we'll grab the new tire, line it up with the bolts, and place it on the vehicle. Know which direction it goes based on where the air valve is located. From there, we'll put the bolts back on and tighten them in a star direction, not one at a time around, so we'll ensure an even tightness all the way around. Alright, so like I said, you want to tighten the bolts in kind of a sporadic pattern to make sure that they're tight all the way across. Now in this vehicle we have a full-size spare, which means we're good to go for a normal journey. However, if your car has a smaller spare tire, you want to drive less than 55 miles an hour and try not to go more than 50 miles before you have it repaired. Be wary and be careful. Get it taken care of. That concludes this how-to video on how to change a tire. I'm Bryan Uhri with the Dixie Sun.